You don't want a hawk, because folks, those hawks are in the trails. They're up in the trees. They're up there hanging out. They got their sunglasses on. They're like, look at this fucker. They're just up there. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this jerk. Look at this jerk.
Mike and Tom eat snacks on the internet.
What I think is, and you know me, like, unlike a lot of people, like, oh, I can't drink coffee after 4 p.m. If my bedtime is, say, 1 a.m., I can drink a coffee at 12:30. Like, as soon as I go, show's over, folks, generally I'm out. But I drank, so what I'm thinking is, it won't matter how much coffee I drink. It won't matter because I'm tired. It won't matter. And by the time I'm like slow walking down the thing, it was readily apparent that I did consume more than the limit. And so there's just no sleep to be had. And so, as you know, you're always here before me on the mates. Not today. Who was here early?
T-Bone. You were there first. Yeah. I showed up. You were talking to Amaya, who has replaced the missing full court press. Gone. Yeah. Took off.
That's a whole. You'll see stamped to your poles there. What do they call them? Telephone poles. And on your milk crates, you'll see, where is full court press? We thought it'd be funny if the Mates HQ put out, instead of like missing, the missing last scene, we thought it'd be funny if we had like a goofy picture and where is full court press? So you'll see those. You just now that we've mentioned it, I'm sure you'll see them in your city.
I see them everywhere. Yeah.
And it's not like we're not taking it seriously. We would love to locate full court press.
Sure, it'd be great if it happens. Yeah. But if it doesn't, we've got a great bit.
Yeah. So it's sort of like it's
win-win for us.
Well, I was going to say lose-win because she's great, but also part of it is a win. So it's not a complete and utter loss.
So let me ask you this: after we record this episode, how much time do you have before you have to go back into work?
I'm okay. I got I got enough time, but I also agreed to do a photo shoot thing. Like an idiot. I agreed to that a long time ago, knowing full well that moment would never come. Oh, sure. Right. And then guess what?
Tell me.
It came.
What?
Yeah. It's going to happen. And so, my Amalia, my co-star, is great. And part of the new show thing is they want us to do, like, as you know, they want you to do some kind of like social media type stuff. And we were supposed to do stuff last night, but she had worked even more than me. She'd been in like an hour or two before I've been in. And
well, sure, because the ladies always show up an hour or two before, because you got to do something about their faces.
Yeah, you got to do something, right? Because you and I show up and we're like, wow, look at these guys.
Yes, ready to go.
Look at these guys. But the women show up and they're like, oh, what are we going to do? Notwithstanding that.
You get Brooke Shields into a beauty chair and they're like, geez, we got to work it out for us today.
The most beautiful woman in humankind. And they're like, oh, boy. It's always that way, right? Heck, I did this movie. We like a good name drop here. I did this movie with Bridget Moynihan and Heather Graham, two of the most beautiful women on the planet. And they would come into they like to rehearse at the top of the day. And so I would have to come in and we would rehearse the scene that we were doing at the top of the day. And then 3 hours later, I remember this, like, if you're me, the third AD comes up, I'm at the trailer. So we've rehearsed. I've gone to the trailer. I've read the New York Times cover to cover. I've sat outside. It's a nice day. I've called my buddy up. I'm like, come on down. We've thrown a ball outside the trailer in the park.
What about a breakfast burrito? Did you have a breakfast burrito?
Holy crap on a stick. I had a great breakfast burrito that day, which I recall. I had a really, because are they great? Yeah.
Sometimes.
You and I like breakfast burritos. This thing though was like, it was I don't know, like they invented the breakfast burrito. It was so good. I remember that. I remember I ordered a second one. My buddy came down. We threw a ball, right?
Yep.
And then he left. And then finally the AD comes up and goes like this to me.
He's flashing 10.
I'm like 10 minutes. He's like 55.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to say, oh, it took that long for Bridget Moynihan and Heather Graham to look good, because they came into the trailer like they've just worked out, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that kind of look, no makeup. And they're the most beautiful women on the planet.
Yeah,
like they come in. It's like, I'm like, I'm going to be the guy dragging us down for sure when the camera rolls.
It was 55 minutes just to get into the hair and makeup or to shoot?
Dude, this is after 2 hours. It's 55 minutes.
Just to get into hair and makeup?
Just the hair and makeup alone.
Jeez.
I'm in and out.
Here's where you and I are different.
I sit in the chair and they're like, they're like, they fake, how they fake it? They're like, oh, good. I'm like, oh, are we? Okay, thank you. So I'm out. You know what it's like. They're like
3 minutes.
Yeah, I think you're good, right? It's a lot of it is the intricacies of hair that I don't really understand. They both had really long hair. It took a long time. Here's the thing, though. What I want to say is, it didn't take that much time for Heather and Bridget to look good, because my point was they already looked amazing at the top of the day. They just come out looking different, like a different kind of amazing, like
amazing,
pageantry or going to a ball amazing, right? And what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? You're not going to do anything. But they have stuff you can work with, right? They can put some kind of, I don't know what it is, blush or some kind of like something, and then something, tendrils, maybe tendrils is a thing, or I don't even know, right? But they come out looking like their hair that once looked like ponytail, amazing, by the way, my preference personally, pigtail, ponytail. They come out with like some kind of like lattice work that is stunning, right? But it takes a while to get there, right? And, they're kindling it up and doing the thing, right? I'm throwing a baseball. I don't really know where I was going there, except that Molly was there long before me. And then I was at 5, I don't think it was 6 yet, but it was around 5:55. I go like this. I'm like, do you want to do the thing, the social media thing? We did some kind of post, some kind of like comedy TikTok post. And do you want to do the thing? And she gives me one of these.
Oh, she gives you a come on.
She gives me without saying come on. She gives me like how much of an idiot is this guy? Like that. And I'm like, we can do it another time. And she's like, we'll do it another time. Okay, good talk. One of those.
But here's where you and I are different on set. They call me in and they say, it's going to be 3 hours before we need you. And I'm thinking to myself, oh boy, I get to sit down, I get to take a nap, I get to walk around, I get to do nothing for 3 hours. I'm over the moon. That's my favorite part of showbiz. Oh, my favorite part is lunch, as you know. My second favorite part is doing nothing. And then my third favorite part is getting paid. And then my fourth favorite part is maybe the actual work.
And I'm like, I just want to shoot.
That's right.
That's right. That's the difference in you and I. And yet we are even though I'm like, let's shoot, right? If you call my name, hey, go ahead. And this is exactly, and all the people who have worked and acted with me over the last 30 years will know this. Call my name. I'm on set now, right? And they're taking 20 minutes to set up the light, and they have like 19 minutes to go. Go ahead. Call my name.
Tom.
Roll camera. Right? You've heard it. Tom, roll camera. He's ready to go. He's super annoying, especially if it's like, he's shooting for 8 months. Tom, roll camera. Got to be nice to the guy. But what a jerk. That roll camera thing never really even worked once. So that's how I am. And yet the similarity is we're here, mateys, you're here because Michael and I love lunch. And we were trying to decide, before podcasts were invented, we thought we would do a podcast, and we had our pick of anything because nobody was doing a podcast. And we sat down, we were like, what are we good at?
Lunch.
Yeah.
Good at lunch. I would never know that you had a lot of caffeine today. Would never know.
I'm telling stories. Normally, I'm like, if you watch this podcast, you know, I'm like, hey, did you fuck up Wolf Blitzer, Michael, recently? And then we're off and running, and I just sit and enjoy. I'm like, off he goes. You know, I'm like, you like to fly the plane and then cut the thing to save fuel. Seems dangerous. I'm that guy. I'm like, and you're not worried about. Oh, I'm worried, and you're off and going. You know, everybody, when anybody ever asks me, you know, now that we're like a top 10 comedy podcast, now that the Smartless guys are,
I think it's top 5 now.
Yeah, now that the Smartless guys are trying to track us, and not vice versa. Now that we have the lead, we're kind of coasting. It's like the Tour de Paris, and we're like, we didn't sleep last night. What is it? Le Mans, whatever. That's us.
So now, because I'm not a Tour de France guy, but my understanding is at the last stage,
the motor.
The motor
race I'm talking to.
The motor race, the 24-hour one?
The 24 hours like Paris Le Mans or whatever. So and who's going to sleep? When are you going to sleep? It's like, we didn't sleep. And Smartless was like, we're at the Dodgers game. We have nothing to worry about. We're like, we're Smartless. And now all of a sudden, here's us. Meet me. Hey.
We're the Mr. T to their Rocky Balboa and Rocky 3 right now.
Yeah.
We're hanging upside down doing crunches in our studio apartment because we can't afford nothing better. That's us right now. And Smartless is talking in the Muppet Show.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to work hard. I don't have to work hard. We're like, hello, we're going to work hard. Who's working harder than us? You know, and off we go.
That's right.
Matthew
Not even
Perry,
sleeping.
Name drop. Because we're name dropping like crazy. We're Brooke Shielding it. We're like Heather Graham. We're Bridget Moynihan. I've had the caffeine. I'm telling the stories. Matthew Perry, God bless him. Matthew Perry and I are waiting for an elevator at one of those, like, you know, those events we had to do for NBC. Sure. You know, I'm invited to the 75th anniversary, and it's all the famous people, and you weren't there because you weren't playing the.
I wasn't invited.
Right, exactly right. That's my point. Yeah. Let's bring one or two people. Julie was there. I was there.
I wasn't invited.
Julie Bowen. You were not invited. You weren't even considered.
That's right.
I was like, "Is Michael going to be there?" And they were like,
"We're like, we got the stars, Tommy. Just the stars."
They're like, good one, Tom. And I was like, yeah. I didn't want to lose my job. It was a great job, that job. But anyway, we're there, and it's like, I remember people are, the Odd Couple are sitting behind me, right? It's that kind of thing. It's like 75 years of NBC shows. And of course, Mr. T from the A-Team, is that right?
Yeah.
So I guess that was on the thing, because he's there. Everybody, it's like, it's black tie. Mm-hmm. Everyone's looking good. Jerry Seinfeld from Seinfeld is the host, and blah, blah, blah. And it's a self-aggrandizing event. How great are we? All that kind of stuff, right? So it's not great. It is not great. So Matthew Perry and I are standing there and at the elevator, and everybody's milling around in their finery. Mr. T, though, is got a cut-off vest and a giant chest and chain after chain. He's Mr. T, chain after chain after chain after chain. And everyone's kind of waiting by the elevator, and everyone's in their nice gownery, and Mr. T's right in front of the elevator. And Matthew Perry turns to me and he goes, verbatim, he says, "Has anyone seen Mr. T?" Matthew Perry, ladies and gentlemen.
Did T find that funny?
What?
Did T find that funny?
T was straight ahead.
Oh.
He was like, "Come on."
I just got the funniest little chat message from Amaya, who said, hitting around 30 minutes. And,
I saw that too, and I was like, she can't tell time because we've only been going for 3 minutes. I'm like, Amaya is drunk. There's no way. We're up at 3. I would say if you put a gun to my head, I'd say 4 or 5 minutes. I told Tim Hortons donut. I told the Tim Hortons story right off the gate, and here we are.
So I said back to her.
Wait, I got to finish the story. Sorry. Anytime anybody asks, and there's more, because I started with this, and people are gonna be like, "What was he gonna say?" Or maybe they don't give a shit. Probably the latter.
Mike and Tom eat snacks on the internet.
I was saying, anytime anybody ever asks me about the podcast, and I say, well, if you want to gauge whether this podcast is for you, try episode 27, Lorna Doone Shortbread, in which Michael tells a story about how he was offered the role of Sheriff Swearingen on what's it called? Deadwood. And I said, all I do is sit there and go like, but laryngitis, wasn't that curable? We didn't know. Back then, nobody knew. I said, the kid goes to town, and if you don't like that episode and that storytelling, this thing's not for you. That's
today on the
podcast.
I'm just going to say it. I've never heard of this snack. Don't know what it is. I think I'm going to like it. This is called. This is a single serving. It comes in an individually wrapped bag of Bobo's peanut butter and jelly stuffed oat bites.
Bobos. Give me your Bobos. What many Bobos you got? Bo and Bobos. Stormtroopers, they're grown.
I feel like I already know what this is. I've never had it, but I feel like I know what this is. This is one of those.
I feel like I know what it is as well. But here's what I will say: the ratio to packaging and snack troubles me because of the planet.
It's too much plastic. You're saying
you should have 2 of these.
Why do we need an individually wrapped? Yeah, it should come to a package. All right, I can see that.
And, but then and if I'm not mistaken, this comes in a box, right?
I don't know. I don't know if you can buy them. I felt
like I remember Amaya holding up a box. We were trying to decide what we were doing last. And I think individually, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to do a little research into this just so that we're not.
You hit Bobo's peanut butter and jelly stuffed oat bite. Here's something interesting while we're talking about the packaging. Hey, stuffed. Guys, how can we make this hip? What if we take the E out of stuffed? So it's peanut, full word, butter, full word, and jelly. It's got the and jelly, oat bite, full words, but stuffed, they've taken the E out and put it in an apostrophe.
All right. I see. I think I understand what's happened. You can buy them in a box. You can buy them in a box, but if you go to certain places like REI, for example, you can also buy them individually. And I imagine that's for people who are going out and hitting the trails. So I like that the one we have right here. This is for the athletes.
Oh,
and
good.
I like that.
That's great. Yeah, I like that too. No, you're great. That's right. So Bobo's on the packaging has got like a very chipper young lady, blonde haired, heart beating. Her heart is like thumping in her chest, or I think that's what that's supposed to be, or maybe it's because she loves the jam and the peanut butter. She's got a giant peanut on a tray, and she's making Bobo's peanut butter and jelly stuffed oat bite. Or these are the ingredients.
I think what it's conveying is, and I don't know if this is Bobo or not, the lady on the packet.
Oh, interesting.
It might be Bobo, might not be. It might. The lady might be Bobo's mom preparing this for Bobo, and the heart is to indicate how much she loves Bobo. So
well, it's also furthermore, if you look on the back, it says baked with, and then the heart icon. So this is
so what they're selling right now, more than anything, is love.
They're selling love,
and you can't argue with love, folks.
No, they've got the inner lane because they're going with love, and so now you sort of forgive them for trying to wreck the planet.
Love is an under developed corner of the snack market, because ultimately a lot of snacks, what they're ultimately trying to do is fill that crevice deep in your chest that nothing else can fill. Hint of lime Tostitos. I'm not eating a bag of them because I feel good about myself. That's not the point.
No.
The reason you have a family-sized bag of Tostitos, hint of lime Tostitos, is so that you can consume the entire thing, an entire family-sized bag of that for the purpose of trying to fill a hole that cannot be filled. And so Bobo's is
you are not loved enough, and you've got a gaping yaw inside you where the love should be, and you try and fill it with snacks.
That's right.
Great, right?
That's the point of snacks.
Yeah, yeah.
But Bobo's
when you're in the
saying,
great snack aisle of life, what you're trying to do is fill something unfillable.
That's right. That's why the snack aisle is the longest aisle. The produce aisle is never going to be as long as the snack aisle, because you eat a couple of apples, you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good for the day, because you're getting nutrients, you feel healthy, you feel good about yourself. The snack aisle, you could spend the rest of your life in there, and you're never going to say to yourself, now I feel good. No.
Right. The snack aisle is telling you think you'll be loved?
We can promise you love here, and it's all this love is available to you. You just have to consume it.
Yeah,
and
they're like that song. They're like, "Come and get your love," and you can't get your love. You can't get your love.
But see, this is what I like about the Bobos. The Bobos is saying, this little stuffed bite, this little jobber right here, this will replace your father who walked out on the family.
All you need is this, and once again, you will have paternal love. Just this little bite. Yeah,
that's right. And so, is it a high bar? Sure, it's smart. Very high bar, though. So now I'm concerned.
Right.
I'm concerned that it's not going to do it for me, because I got to open it up.
No, I think at this point, when you open it up, you're like, it will do it for me. This is the point.
Convinced.
I'm going to eat that. I'm going to eat that pint of ice cream. This will do it for me.
Yes. Every time you're convinced it's going to work. Every time.
I have a word for when it doesn't work. When I come out of my stupor, my sugar crash induced stupor after being up for 22 hours and then falling asleep on the couch, and in front of me is the remnants of whatever I consumed. I have a word where I thought this will give me love. And then there's the dairy milk wrapper, right? There's the empty Haagen-Dazs. And the word I have for it is I look upon it and I go, the carnage.
Yeah. That's right. That kind of says it all, doesn't it? That's what it is.
The carnage.
So I opened up the Bobo, and so what you got here is sort of like a little muffin, a mini muffin.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, but made out of oats, so it's sort of like an oat muffin. And there's a dark spot right in the front, and that's, I'm guessing, where they injected the jelly. So my question to myself, Tom, is, do I start where they injected the jelly, or is that going to give me too much jelly flavor right at the head? Do I want to start a little bit to the side so I get a better balance? I'm thinking that's the plan. And
well, they want you to enjoy. This is baked with you in mind, reminder. So it probably is going to be intuitive, wherever you want to start. Give it a sniff. The sniff test is funny because largely when you've got peanut butter and jelly, you're gonna have it's got more of a healthy muffin. The thing you don't want when a muffin is a healthy muffin. The vegan muffin is not for me, right? I want whatever the muffin is. It's gonna this thing. I will say a couple things. It weighs about 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. So even though it comes in a small package and they're trying to ruin the planet, it is baked with us in mind.
These.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These are like rocks. Exactly right. These would be good substitutes. And it smells more like healthy muffin than it does peanut butter and jelly. All right. So, right. Those are our observations. And now I'm going in. I'm going in from the side.
That's what I did. Okay.
The first bite has a gaining peanut butter quota. The first 2 or 3 chews were like, where's this peanut butter?
Mm-hmm.
When I got to 4, 5, 6, it's like, there it is. And I haven't got, by the way, Magic, I didn't even get to the jelly on that one. On the first bite, I have this hole where you said, people can see right there in the middle. And I assume I'm going to, on the next one, if I go straight in directly, if I bore into the tunnel, now I'm going to get the jelly. How about you?
I got to tell you something. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
I'm pleasantly surprised. This has a lot of the things that I like in a snack.
Mm.
I like the texture. It's baked with an oat, so you have a kind of the shell of it. The muffin part is oaty. Is that coffee? Is that more coffee?
That's more coffee, and I'm Janelling because it feels like it's calling out for it. Peanut butter and jelly and coffee is one of the best Janellis on the planet.
Why not just call it peanut butter and Janelli? They might as well.
You should. That's a good, by the way, trademark.
Yeah.
Mate's trademark, peanut butter and jelly.
You fuckers steal that? You're going to be hearing from counsel.
You're going to be hearing from Clint down in legal, and you do not want to hear from Clint in legal. You do not.
Nope.
No, sir.
So it's got the oat, which I like.
Yeah.
And then it's got the peanut butter and jelly. And here's what I really appreciate. I feel like they got the proportions right. So often. So I'll give you a quick story. As long as we're name dropping, I'm going to name drop. You know, I used to live down there in the South, and once I went to Parker's Kitchen. Parker's Kitchen is a gas station chain in the South, and that was the name drop. I went to Parker's Kitchen. Yeah,
Parker's was the name drop.
Yeah, that was the name drop. I don't have a better name drop.
I thought as soon as you were down there in the South, you were going to name drop Cruise. I thought for sure it's old T Cruise.
No,
you know.
No, just the name of a gas station. So when I'm driving late at night and I stop at Parker's Kitchen, I know that Parker's Kitchen is a good spot for me because they have pre-made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when I'm driving at night. The problem with the Parker's Kitchen peanut butter jelly sandwich, as good as they are, there's always too much goddamn jelly on it. And here's the thing about the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that people don't understand. The jelly should not be the dominant flavor. The jelly is essentially frosting on the cake, right? The cake should be the dominant flavor. You don't want too much frosting. You want the proportions to be correct. Now, I see that you're a little skeptical. You're looking at me like, geez, I don't know if he's right or wrong on this one. I'm right. You don't want too much jelly. And people are like, oh, but I love jelly. Yeah, you love it in small doses. And Bobo's, to me, they got the proportions exactly right. And by the way, you were correct when you said it's not peanut butter forward. It's not. It's oat forward, but then you get the peanut butter and you get the jelly. It works together. It's well integrated. It's a well integrated snack.
The peanut butter, the peanut butter is ascendant, and it accelerates past the oat in your first bites. Then in your subsequent bites, you get the jelly. What I was going to say, I wasn't disagreeing with you, but what I was going to say is, if you're a snackologist, you know what your ratio is, and somebody else makes it. Here's how to test it. That you know what your ratio is. Someone else makes you a peanut butter, and I'm jam, not jelly. I'm raspberry jam with the seeds, all the way, but. Somebody else makes you a sandwich and like, thank you. They didn't get the ratio right. They didn't get the ratio. They didn't get your ratio right. Yeah, and your ratio is your ratio. So when you go to Parker's, they're like, there should be a stash and for Michael, right? And it should be, if you're doing it right, they're like heavy jam, mid jam, small jam, right?
That's right.
And the peanut, but now my own personal preference is bread comes third. I'm a guy who's like, you watch, if I'm making it, when I make it, it's peanut butter on both sides of the bread, which most people don't do. Not both sides of the bread. Like,
I see what you're saying.
I've got two slices, peanut butter here, peanut butter here. So when it goes like that, it's so much damn peanut butter. And then also, a double ratio. So peanut butter, and I equal that ratio. You're saying like, oh, don't equal it. It should be less. But I equal that ratio. But then I have more peanut butter. So it's like, well, fuck. Bread comes third. Right. Sure. My thing is like, I always have to have a plate or a thing, because when I bite into that sucker, right. But that's that's my ratio. And so nobody's going to make me a sandwich and go, I bet I should double this peanut butter, make it so thick that, nobody does that. Right. And so most of the errors I find is like just not enough. You just don't have, enough. When I was a young fella in college, they had a PB&J, and they had thick, like, I don't know what you'd call it. Like, I think now the equivalent would be something like Texas toast, but it was like, thick, like Italian bread, really thick.
Mike and Tom eat snacks on the internet.
That's no good. Not for PB&J.
Right. But and then they had so much peanut butter, like it's just like you could do curls with this thing. Right. And man, you think like, well, I should have a roast beef sandwich or this kind of thing, or a chicken, like, but then it was like that thing to this day, that was a standard bearer for me. What's interesting about this snack is it's tiny. It's a golf ball. Like, and it's heavy, but I'm halfway through and I'm completely satisfied. There's so much to it. It's so dense and it's really good. I just want to second something that you said. It's got a great texture. It doesn't crumble with the oat, and yet there's a little bit that does fall off. So it's got a lightness and a heavy density to it. And the peanut is like it's like this thing was this big, and then they went like this. So you got all that flavor in this tiny sphere. It's really impressive. It's much more impressive than I thought it would be. Are you done yours?
I'm done. I finished mine. I've got a second one. I'm not going to eat it because I think it'll actually be too much. But calories on this thing, I was sort of surprised. I thought it actually might be a little more. 150 calories. No. You're getting the equivalent, to me, of a full peanut butter and jelly sandwich wrapped in a little thing. You could take this out on the trail. You could throw it up, pop it in your mouth. I mean, you want to be careful because you throw it up too high, a hawk's going to come in, swoop down, get your Bobos, then you're going to be pissed, right? So you just got to be careful about the parabola when you throw it up. You want to make sure it doesn't exceed limb.
Yeah, you don't want to hawk, because folks, those hawks are in the trails. They're up in the trees. They're up there hanging out. They got their sunglasses on. They're like, look at this fucker. They're just up there. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this jerk. Look at this jerk. You're down there, and they hear this. They hear, and they're laughing at the Bobos, and they're looking at each other like this. They're giving each other one of those. This guy.
Giving each other the nod.
How high do you think he's going to throw it? This jerk? How do you have to extend? I might just get a downdraft. I might not even flat. I'm going to get this guy's Bobo. Yeah, that might not even flat, but like, how? Look at this jerk. They're all there looking at you like, look at this jerk. Listen, you're that jerk once, because once a hawk steals your Bobo, you're not making that mistake twice. You're not making that mistake again. No, sir. No, sir. That's for the next guy.
Yeah, I'm torn here because I want to get to the ratings, and I'm already starting to think about it a little bit, and I'm a little torn. And I'm going to have a problem, and I'll explain the problem when we get there. Do you want to go to ratings?
I think we should just go to ratings, because now that you've brought it up, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. You go first.
Ratings! Here's my problem. And it's really more of a problem with a previous episode we did than it is a problem with this episode. Because in a previous episode, I rated Quest protein tortilla chips 7.5, which at the time felt right. Mm-hmm. But now I'm thinking,
I know where you're going with this.
To myself, Bobos should get a 7.5. But here's the problem. I think I like Bobos more than I like the protein chips.
No, it's not think. You do. As soon as you say that, you're like, look, you like Bobos.
I definitely do. But can I give Bobos an 8? I don't know. 8 seems crazy to me. But on the other hand, God, I did like that Bobos a lot, you know? I like it. I like pretty much everything about. What don't I like about this? I don't care about the environment, as you know, so that didn't trouble me. So then, what are you
gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're the preeminent. Everyone's chasing us now. We're the #1 podcast on the planet. We got here by playing it straight. That you just got to do it.
Fuck.
I mean, you like the thick richness of it. We were both pleasantly surprised. We were like, we sniffed it. We're like, I don't know. Like it was playing defense. It was like, oh, the packaging, the Odie sniff, like the healthy sniff
from the drop. And then I opened it up. Even when I sniffed it, I was like, I don't know.
Yes.
I take a bite of this thing, and here's what really got me. The first bite, as I'm munching into it, I'm like, I don't know. And then something clicked. Yeah. And I'm like, holy cow, these guys nailed it. You know what, Bobos? Fuck you. 8.
Yeah, hey, Bobos, 8. See you next week.
See you next week.